Selfish Babe, it is your girl Olenike Osipowale bringing you back another Selfish Babe podcast episode. And I'm so excited about this episode because this episode is going to be an affirmation episode, an affirmation audio episode. And this one is special because it's about not being a PickMiesha, right? I don't know if you guys have heard of the term of a PickMiesha, but basically this episode is affirmations to say to not be a PickMiesha. Now, if I were to describe what a PickMiesha is in my own words, I would say a PickMiesha is typically a woman, or we could say person, that will do any and everything to keep a relationship no matter how bad that person is treating them. They just want to keep that man or keep that woman or keep that person, and they don't mind having to degrade themselves in order to keep that relationship going. They may do things they normally wouldn't do just to make it work. So that is a PickMiesha because they want to be chosen. They want to be chosen, and because they want to be chosen like this, more than likely they do not love themselves enough. More than likely they do not have enough self-esteem or self-love, because for them, this person makes up their world. Without this person, they don't know who they are. They don't know how they would exist. They would probably feel embarrassed to say, I'm single. So that is a PickMiesha. And so, Selfish Babe, I want to give you affirmations to say so that you're not a PickMiesha, and so that when you are out here in the dating pool, you are out here equipped with knowing who you are, equipped with the affirmations needed in order to kind of really pour into yourself. Remember your value, remember your worth, so that you are not just doing any and everything to be chosen or keep a man or a woman around, okay? Because you are more than that. Now, before we get started, of course, I got to shout out my company, Evolving Butterfly. This podcast is sponsored by my spiritual women's wellness company, Evolving Butterfly. Make sure to subscribe on the YouTube channel. These are the Goddess Vaginal Detox Pearls for my listeners. A little ASMR. These are the Goddess Vaginal Detox Pearls. They are my all-natural herbal yoni suppository, vaginal suppository, made with herbs such as dragon's blood resin, motherworth, and angelica. This is a spiritual womb cleanse of your womb space as well as your yoni. You are going to be using this detox pearls if you're wanting to detox your ex energetically, if you are wanting to have more success in your life, if you're wanting to have more self-love in your life, more confidence, if you're wanting to have a more healthier womb and yoni space, more wetness, less cramping, etc. You are going to pray over the Goddess Detox Pearls before you use them. Set your intention, right? Again, this is a spiritual womb cleanse. You can use it to let go of stuff energetically and physically within the womb space so that you can call back in more things, right? So let's say if I was going to do it for self-love, my prayer would be, I bind and rebuke any self-hate within my system, and I call in and affirm self-love within my life. And so that will be your prayer, because as you are speaking those words, you're going to be implanting these herbs within your womb space. One for 24 hours, take it out, and another one for 48 hours, take it out. And you're basically embedding these prayers within your body. You're shifting some things within your womb space. You're acknowledging your womb space, your center of creation, to create the reality that you want. My Goddess Vaginal Detox Pearls will help you create the reality that you want. So it's not just a cleansing, but it's also, what am I calling in? What am I praying for myself about? And you're going to use the Goddess Vaginal Detox Pearls for that. You can find that linked below or at evolvingbutterfly.org. And I also want to highlight my Sex Magic Personal Manifestation Lubricant, okay? This is an all-natural, plant-based, water-based lubricant, and you're going to be using this when you are doing your self-pleasure rituals. On the back of this bottle is my QR code, which you will scan to get my ebook, my Sex Magic ebook. Within that ebook, I'm teaching you how to do your self-pleasure rituals, basically how to masturbate in a more spiritual way. Like, if I were to just say that, it's basically how to masturbate in a more spiritual way, so that you're praying for yourself and that your manifestations are coming through, that you are using this orgasmic and sexual energy to create the reality that you want, right? As you can see, my products at Evolving Butterfly are for my goddesses and my butterflies, my women out there who are really focused on their self-love, their healing, and their transformation. And they're really about creating their realities. And I know that as a selfish babe, that is something that you desire. And so these are my spiritual self-love products. They all are spiritual products, okay? They are not just physical products. They are spiritual products. And so you want to check out Sex Magic along with my Goddess Vaginal Detox Pearls and Pussy Power, okay, my Yoni Wash, at evolvingbutterfly.org. The link is below. All right, so before I get into this episode and before I get into these affirmations, I want to have you guys listen to these 3 videos because this is what inspired me to even do this episode. So the first video I'm going to show you is going to be from Shira7. So if you guys don't know who Shira is, she's the Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle lady. So if anybody on Instagram or TikTok says, oh, listen to this Sprinkle Sprinkle lady, they're talking about Shira7. She is a woman that is really just teaching women to put themselves first, like me, but also teaching women what to do in order to get a husband that pays for all of your bills. That's what she teaches. But it's more than that. It's like self-love and self-reliance. It's through that. It's not I'm going to have myself depend on this man for everything. It's because I love myself and I care about myself. I have now added a partner that's going to also acknowledge that of me and want to take care of me. But of course, I'm going to be stashing away and saving away and making sure I have my own as well. So anyway, this is one video where she just talks about self-love. And I want you guys to listen to it to kind of get into this episode.
If you love yourself enough and you have enough confidence in yourself enough not to put in or invest your happiness within another person, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It really don't matter. So that's what I'm trying to teach you guys, to love yourselves. I mean, what good is it to love another person and depend on that person to give love to and receive love from? And then what if they die? What if they leave you? What if they get up and walk out? Or what if they say, you know what? I'm tired of you. I'm done. Then what? What you going to do? You're going, oh, woe was me. I gave him my all and I was so in love and da-da-da-da. And then you spend 5 years trying to heal that pain when you could have been remarried to a better one and another one. You know what I'm saying? So when you love yourself, you don't need to heal. You don't need to heal. You're like, oh, they bad. They just lost a good one. I'm out to the next one, on to the next one. I know there's people waiting in line to get to me. You know, that's the difference. So when you love yourself, no one else really can take that from you. So y'all need to learn that. Right. And when a man knows he can't take that from you, he won't even try. You know, because he knows you'll just go get another one. And men are very possessive like that. They don't want to see you go get another one because they know that you're going to do better, especially if you leveled up. So out of the possessiveness of the nature and the possessiveness of a man who knows that you love yourself, they will never try to leave because they're afraid of what you're going to do next. They're afraid of you bringing someone more successful into your family and their children looking at him and looking at you like, wow, mom, you were really holding back, right? You must have really loved dad because look what you could have done, you know? So when you love yourself, then you don't feel empty. You don't feel like you're a songbird in a cage. You free anyway.
True.
You free within.
True.
Okay? So y'all have to understand that. Y'all are thinking like backwards. Y'all are thinking backwards. If you love yourself enough and you have enough confidence in yourself.
I'm not going to say I agree with everything, right? I will say that I do think that sometimes you got to heal after a breakup. Y'all know I was in my healing process. But I do think she's right in terms of like leveling up, in terms of doing better, in terms of knowing that there are other people out there, that this is not the only one for me, that, you know, there's more abundance in this world. And for her, it's just like, love yourself enough so that you take up all of the heart space, right? Like, yeah, for me, at least for me, going through a breakup, like there was a lot of stuff that I had to let go of and realizations, and I had to just cry it out, and I did that. But I'm also like really enjoying my life right now, and I'm also seeing the plentiful of people that are out there, you know, not that I'm looking really, but I'm seeing that. And I'm also like satisfied with myself. So it's because I'm satisfied with myself, I'm not necessarily going out to seek other people, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's one video. Now, the second video is going to be about a PickMiesha, or used to be a reformed PickMiesha, okay, that was brave enough to share her truth. Like, this woman got online and talked about how she was a PickMiesha back in the day and what she did, what habits that she did that she was a PickMiesha. And I just thought it was so brave that she went online to share her story, because so many other people would be embarrassed or wouldn't talk about it. And I just said, isn't it nice when people are vulnerable and share their story so that you know that you're not alone, right? I can say that people, I think, everybody has had a PickMiesha stage. Maybe not everybody, but I think they have. I know I have. And I had, because I didn't really care. Like, I'm not the type, I wasn't really like, oh, I gotta find a husband and do all this and do all that. But there were certain things that I did that I believe that were PickMiesha-ish. And so I'm going to have you guys listen to her story as well.
I'll never be a PickMiesha ever again, because I did the most PickMiesha thing a bitch could ever PickMiesha do. Bitch, I dead ass begged a man who cheated on me to choose me, to pick me. And it gets worse, way worse, bitch. PickMiesha level 1000. Like, I don't think anybody could beat me. This man never paid one of my bills. He told me that after birth, I still had to pay my half of the rent, even though I gave birth to his child, because I needed to come up with my half. So a bitch went right back to work once I had my child. Literally no recovery time, because postpartum was apparently a cop-out. It gets worse. I actually begged him to stay. I blocked the doorway. I believe I got on my knees and asked him to choose me. Yeah, and he was condescending as fuck. This motherfucker was condescending and telling me he doesn't know and that things wouldn't be my way and just laughing in my face. I even washed his feet, like literally, because I was trying to humble myself for him and in front of this man and trying to wash his feet, the way that they wash Jesus' feet and shit. Like, if this motherfucker was Jesus. Yeah, I did all that. The most PickMiesha shit a bitch could ever do. Embarrassing. That's why I would never do it again. That's why I know better. I have learned all of the lessons. I have done the most humiliating PickMiesha things a bitch could ever do. And that's why I'm telling you, don't do that to yourself. Have more self-love, more self-respect, more dignity than to do those things. No one is worth losing yourself over. Being a PickMiesha isn't fucking cool. It's not the vibe. Just for the sake of keeping a man. Do you know how many men there are in the world? A lot. A lot. And there's a lot of good men that would do right by you. And that you don't have to beg or plead or teach them. They're just fucking men. Real men. So please, if you're involved in PickMiesha activities, stop today. In honor of my PickMiesha days, please stop. Let's not do that no more. It's 2023.
I love what she says. If you are involved in PickMiesha activities, bitch, like, stop. So yeah, for real, stop. If you're involved in PickMiesha activities, stop. And I do want to kind of read some of the comments. I did ask Selfish Babes on the Selfish Babe page under this post, like, share your stories, what was happening. Somebody said, wow, this was my exact story, almost to the T. A lady of wisdom said to me one day, we are all out here gathering testimonies. That statement cannot be truer. I would later learn, in that moment in my life, I realized I had a lot of inner work to do. To want to settle for someone who didn't want me was definitely a pivotal point in my life. I encourage every woman who sees this post to dig deep. Find out the who, the what, when, and where such a thing took place in your life to put you in a space making you feel unworthy of a good thing. The discovery of this will help you to heal and evolve into the you God's always intended for you to be. Blessings, all you beautiful ladies. Let me see. There was some people that shared their stories. One person was like, glad you got your dignity back and thank you for telling the truth. One person says it helps to know we're not alone and there's a sisterhood out here telling us they've been through it too. I love how she says there's a lot of men out here that are good men. We do not have to teach them. I know that's going to stay with me. Somebody said the other side of IG. I love the realness of this message because same. One person said that they had a baby with the FN guy. Two sis, you says you live and you learn. Can't nobody tell me nothing about who I choose now. Never again. I'll marry myself if it comes down to it. I love it. Somebody says, girl, I did the most from a man at one time too, never again. Somebody says, thank you for your vulnerability, sis. I have put up with and done stuff, but God. So graceful and merciful. One thing about me and my struggle, God showed up anyway. He still does and will forever. God's love, God's favorite daughter. One person said, they said they caught a felony for theirs. Wow. Somebody says, the cringe. She's giving me flashbacks. So grateful for my growth. One person says, I love her transparency. So many of us have done some of the same shit. I know I have. Back then, the phrase PickMiesha wasn't around. Anywho, I grew so much and could never do that shit again. Somebody said this, don't worship a man as if he's some kind of God. Now I want to say this. I would say any partner, whether you're dating a man, a woman, trans, whomever, any partner, don't worship. They said, don't worship blah, blah, if he's some kind of God. I remember sometime before my dad passed, I was heartbroken over an ex. My dad kept asking about me. He was trying to figure out what was wrong. When he found out I was dealing with a bad breakup, he said, but he's only a man. He was so right. Looking back, I can't believe I wasted so much time with a loser. That is why we need to do the inner work to heal ourselves of whatever it is that causes us to feel like we have to chase or beg for someone's love. I know better now. A man is only a man. If that man leaves, there are so many other men in the world. I refuse to abandon myself for a relationship ever again. Oh, isn't that a good word? I refuse to abandon myself for a relationship ever again. One person says, this almost brought tears to my eyes. Makes me think about how my kid's father think I actually want to get back together. I'm fighting so hard to not go back because the things that was said to me makes me understand that I was in this pick me phase all because I wanted a family my kids could be proud of. To break general curses is hard as fuck. Pray for me, no cap. So I really love that when we're able to be very honest and vulnerable in that post, because some of the PickMiesha activities, as she has mentioned, are embarrassing, and so to talk about them and to share about them and to share your journey can be a little embarrassing, but to be honest about it, it's just like so many other women have gone through that phase and have graduated from that phase and have really loved themselves. And so I wanted to do this episode because I wanted to highlight that other women have gone through this, but also to highlight the circle here, which is the self-love, the self-value, the self-worth, and knowing that with this, it's just like you can get who you desire as a lover and not have to beg and plead. And I think there was this recent video about Drake's new song where it was just like, he was like, why are you smiling? I don't even treat you that good, or some shit like that. And it's just like, he was talking about doing the bare minimum, and this girl is smiling in his face, and he's like, I don't even treat you that good, but you smiling like that. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's just like, girl, we don't got to be PickMieshas. Now there's one more video I want to show you because it's just so funny and I just laugh at it. It is another share video, and then we're going to get into the affirmations.
It's not a part of cooking, and it's not a part of being a girlfriend either. It's not even really part of being a wife. I mean, think about that. Think about it. Why? I mean, just honestly, why is cooking being part of being a wife? Did he meet you cooking? Did he meet you at the restaurant that you was cooking at or something? Is that why he fell in love with you? Because he saw that you were a cook? So it really doesn't have anything to do with marriage or a relationship. Cooking is for when you can't or don't want to go out to eat, or if you are hungry and you want to cook something. It doesn't have anything. It's not even in the marriage vows. It ain't even in the marriage vows. But to provide and protect is, baby, how you doing? Cooking.
Okay, so she was just saying, like, y'all don't got to be cooking for these people. Y'all don't got to be cleaning for these people. Y'all don't got to be cooking for these people. If you are not wife, then you do not need to be doing these activities. And for sure, 7, she would say cooking and cleaning for a partner that is not your husband or wife is a PickMiesha activity. Now, to each their own, to each is their own. I'm not going to say if I agree or disagree. I don't really like to cook in general, so it's whatever. So it's not a big deal. But anyways, I wanted to give you guys some references just about what a PickMiesha is and what that may look like. And I want you guys to think about, have I gone through a PickMiesha phase? And you probably have. I think you have. Now, I'm going to get into the affirmations. Oh, I'm so excited. Let me see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I have 9 altogether. I'm going to say all of them first, and then I'll do one by one 3 times. You'll repeat after me, and then we kind of go like that. You know how I do. All right. So affirmations to say to not be a PickMiesha, selfish babe. I honor myself at all times. I am the prize. I view myself as the prize and act accordingly. They reach out to me more than I reach out to them. I am whole right now. No one else is needed to complete me as I am complete right now. I create time for the things I enjoy doing and do them. I receive the gifts, the compliments, and the money. I am deciding to not help any person on the struggle boat interested in me. They need to find their own solutions outside of me. I cook and clean for myself, not a love interest. I know that there are so many options out here that want to honor me. I do not settle. I don't know if I said this one, but I am the prize. I view myself as the prize and act accordingly. I think I did say that one. Anyway, those are the affirmations, and we're going to do it one by one. So basically, I'm going to say it now, and then you're going to repeat. I'm going to say it, repeat, say it, repeat. Let's begin. Selfish babe. Repeat after me. I honor myself at all times. I honor myself at all times. I honor myself at all times. I am the prize. I view myself as the prize and act accordingly. I am the prize. I view myself as the prize and act accordingly. I am the prize. I view myself as the prize and act accordingly. They reach out to me more than I reach out to them. Repeat after me, selfish babe. They reach out to me more than I reach out to them. They reach out to me more than I reach out to them. I am whole right now. No one else is needed to complete me as I am complete now. I am whole right now. No one else is needed to complete me as I am complete now. I am whole right now. No one else is needed to complete me as I am complete now. I create time for the things I enjoy doing and do them. I create time for the things I enjoy doing and do them. I create time for the things I enjoy doing and do them. I receive the gifts, the compliments, and the money. I receive the gifts, the compliments, and the money. I receive the gifts, the compliments, and the money. I'm deciding to not help any person on the struggle boat interested in me. They need to find their own solutions outside of me. I am deciding to not help any person on the struggle boat interested in me. They need to find their own solutions outside of me. I am deciding to not help any person on the struggle boat interested in me. They need to find their own solutions outside of me. I cook and clean for myself, not a love interest. I cook and clean for myself, not a love interest. I cook and clean for myself, not a love interest. I know that there are so many options out here that want to honor me. I do not settle. I know that there are so many options out here that want to honor me. I do not settle. I know that there are so many options out here that want to honor me. I do not settle. Now I'm going to tell you guys the affirmations. You honor yourself at all times, selfish babe. You honor yourself at all times. You honor yourself at all times. You are the prize. You view yourself as the prize and act accordingly, selfish babe. You are the prize. You view yourself as the prize and act accordingly, selfish babe. You are the prize. You view yourself as the prize and act accordingly, selfish babe. They reach out to you more than you reach out to them. They reach out to you more than you reach out to them. They reach out to you more than you reach out to them. You are whole right now. No one else is needed to complete you as you are complete now. You are whole right now. No one else is needed to complete you as you are complete now. You are whole right now. No one else is needed to complete you as you are complete now. You create time for the things you enjoy doing and do them. You create time for the things you enjoy doing and do them. You create time for the things you enjoy doing and do them. You receive the gifts, the compliments, and the money. You receive the gifts, the compliments, and the money. You receive the gifts, the compliments, and the money, selfish babe. You are deciding to not help out any person on the struggle boat interested in you. They need to find their own solutions outside of you. You are deciding to not help any person on the struggle boat interested in you. They need to find their own solutions outside of you. You are deciding to not help any person on the struggle boat interested in you. They need to find their own solutions outside of you. You cook and clean for yourself, not a love interest, selfish babe. You cook and clean for yourself, not a love interest, selfish babe. You cook and clean for yourself, not a love interest, selfish babe. You know that there are so many options out here that want to honor you. You do not settle. You know that there are so many options out here that want to honor you. You do not settle. You know that there are so many options out here that want to honor you. You do not settle. That's the end of the affirmation, selfish babe. I'm going to now kind of talk about why I picked the ones that I picked so you guys have some context. So I honor myself at all times. That one I picked because for me, that's a prayer about you honoring yourself. And so if we're talking about PickMiesha energy is energy that is not honoring of self. It is I need validation from other people. It is I need to be chosen. And so if you are honoring yourself, the less that you need, the less and less you'll need validation from others. You are the prize. You view yourself as the prize and act accordingly. If you view yourself as the prize, then you're not coming from a place of lack. You're coming from a place of abundance. And so when you're viewing yourself as the prize, there's really not a need to prove yourself to a love interest or to have to bend over backwards to be with that person, you know? They reach out to you more than you reach out to them. So to each their own on this. But for me, this doesn't have to be for you, but for me, I just personally feel like if you are dating or if you are, whatever your love thing is they want you. Yeah, you want them, but do you want to be desperate? Are you always available? They want you. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's just they should be reaching out. They should be trying to get together. They should be doing this. They should be doing that. But that's my opinion. You don't have to say this affirmation if you don't believe that. I create time for the things I enjoy doing and do them. When you are not in the energy of PickMiesha and you are honoring yourself, we want to focus on things that we enjoy doing that occupy our time so that we're not always focused on this love interest and that we are, really just enjoying ourselves, enjoying our lives, and that love interest would just add value to our lives. But we're not oh my God, this love interest, I need this love interest to add value now. No, you're creating time for the things that you enjoy doing. Your life is valuable now. You're enjoying your life as it is, single. I receive the gifts, the compliments, and the money. Obviously, that's obvious. This one I want to explain. I am deciding to not help out any person on a struggle boat interested in me. They need to find their own solutions outside of me. I think this is what I'll say. It depends on what your goal is when it comes to love and dating. I feel like one could, be on the come up, and then they see a love interest that's also on the come up, and so you're like, oh, we could be on the come up together. Like, you could stay at my place, we can split the bills, you can drive my car, or just all that stuff. And I mean, that could be cool for some people. I've done that myself. I wouldn't do it now, but I've done that myself back in the day. Because I really loved the person. Like, I really loved the person, and I wanted us to work, and there was no Shira in my mind. There was no hypergamy. There was none of that. And so it is what it is. But as I am evolving, my tastes have changed, and I know that for a future partner, I want somebody that's already established, that have their own money, their own things going on, that can pay for trips for me, that can pay for his class. Like, I don't want to split a vacation with somebody. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't want to have to chip in for the vacation anymore. Like, I want you to pay for it, buy my ticket, buy the hotel, pay for everything, and I just want to show up and I want to look cute. That may not be the ideal love situation for everybody, but for me, in terms of not having the PickMiesha energy, some women will go above and beyond for their love person so that their person of interest can elevate, and it's just like even above their own personal elevation. They want to see their love interest elevate even above their own personal elevation. And I just don't think that that's a good thing. So for me, when I'm giving you guys this affirmation, this prayer, it's just really a reminder, like, hey, if this person's interested in me, they have to have their own things. Like, they can't be depending upon me. Now, if you're not interested in this person, you feel like you want to help this person, go ahead and help them. But I'm just saying that if it's a love interest, girl, let them figure it out. That's what I would say now, being 31 versus when I was like 19 or 20. That's what I would say. But up to you guys, Maybe y'all need to go through the phase. I cook and clean for myself, and I love interest. That's obvious with the video that I just played. And then I know that there are so many options out here that want to honor me. I do not settle. I really wanted to say this one because it's really important. When you are a PickMiesha or in the energy of just needing somebody else to exist, you don't really know that there are other options. You're kind of in the state of lack. You're not really in abundance, and you're not really like, you're like, this is the person, this is the one. Like, it's like a very desperate energy. And when you are knowing that there are other options out here that want to honor you, and you don't settle, you kind of don't settle for whoever comes in your face. You know what I'm trying to say? Again, this is for my selfish babes that are out dating, that want to find their love interest, etc. Y'all know me, that's not where I'm at right now. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I do not honor myself as a goddess. That doesn't mean that people that are interested in me and I may be talking to, that I, give desperate behavior. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't give desperate behavior. Like, I want you guys to know, always be thinking there are other options out here. The world is abundant, full of other partners. I'm not going to settle if this is not the person that I want to settle with. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's kind of like my back take on some of the affirmations, just so you guys have it. I hope that my selfish babes listening out there have enjoyed this episode. It is your girl, Olenike Osibowale, and that is the end of this episode. Make sure to rate this podcast 5 stars. Make sure to screenshot that you are listening to it and tag at Selfish Babes and at the Selfish Babe podcast so that I can see it and repost you guys. Also, give ratings. I love your reviews. I love a 5-star review. I love a written 5-star review the most on the podcast. That really helps me rate on the charts, and I would just really appreciate all my Selfish Babes to rate this episode and rate this podcast 5 stars and give your reviews. Do you like the affirmation episodes? Are there other type of episodes that you want to see? Let me know. Also, if you do not have my free self-love app and daily affirmations app called Selfish Babe, go download it today. It is free. The link is below. It's also in your app store or your Google Play store. And what else? If you're a woman that's wanting to learn how to honor herself like a goddess and that's really wanting to focus on self love from a spiritual perspective, then you want to join my Selfish as Fuck Academy, where I teach you how to love yourself. I teach you the tools and tricks and everything you need to practice spiritual self love. Okay, I'm teaching you how to set up your ancestor altar. I'm teaching you how to take a cleansing bath, an herbal spiritual cleansing bath. I'm teaching you how to take a herbal magnetism bath, how to light your self-love candles, how to really honor yourself, how to tap into your womb power. You can find that at selfishbabe.com/courses, linked below as well. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching this episode. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast channel. It's the Selfish Babe podcast. It's also linked below. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Have an amazing day or evening.